What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Hybrid Movies episode 39. I'm your host, Nick, and as always, I'm joined by Luke.
Hey guys, what's up?
Michael.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
And James.
Hi, Diddley-o, neighborinos. How are you all doing today?
So, it was announced that, actually Variety broke this news, that Warner Brothers and the Tolkien estate are in very early talks for a potential Lord of the Rings TV series. Now, we don't know whether this is going to retell the stories that we saw in the movies, like the three book saga. We don't know if it's going to be a prequel after that, where it'll be in the universe, but we know that they're in early talks. It seems like they approached Netflix, Amazon, and HBO. I think HBO said that they passed on it because it was like too big of an investment. Okay. Surprisingly, I mean HBO, but Game of Thrones are spending millions of dollars an episode, but I think that the problem is, so the Tolkien estate is asking around 200 to 250 million just for the rights to make the show. Not even the production to start it, just so they can get the green light to make it. They want like 200 up front. Like, give me 200 million. Okay, then you can make the show for whatever it'll be. 100 million to make the show. So, I don't know. It's a big investment. Supposedly Amazon is the front runner. This is interesting. Luke, what do you think about this?
Yeah. I had no idea what was really going on. Like, the news first broke out, and, there's just a bunch of questions. So, they're just doing, like, it's not clear what it's supposed to be right now, but, I've been talking to a lot of friends, and basically just been like, it seems like they're just doing Lord of the Rings, like, just in general, like, I don't know if it's like redoing it or whatever. That seems kind of cool though, actually, because the movies are really great, like great movies. The Hobbit, not so much.
No,
that's neither here nor there. Seeing it in a sort of serialized format, I think, could actually really be beneficial to just the way that like stories play out and just the general books and everything. I have a question about something else later on, but I think this is actually pretty cool if the money can get there, because that's a lot of dough just to be able to fucking make this.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 400 million to make it one season, basically.
Yeah, like
wow.
You better hope it's worth it.
That's TV history right there. Michael, any thoughts on Lord of the Rings TV show?
I think it's a pretty smart move. I mean, it's been, not including the Hobbits. The Hobbit films, Lord of the Rings, people have been, expecting a sort of like reboot or something for a while now. A TV series is something that's been thrown around for quite a while. So I think that's a good idea. I think they could probably explore some things that we didn't get too much in the films. That being said, budget, how much is it going to cost? Is it reasonable? And what studio is going to be making it, right? Or where's it going to be on? Yeah. Amazon, I'm a little hesitant. With them being the forefront for that, if they're the ones who make it. If Netflix were to do it or an HBO, I think more people would be optimistic about it, but I don't think Amazon really's got the greatest catalog right now. But who knows? This could be the first big thing that they have.
Well,
so, I mean, it would be like a big fucking thing for them if they were able to get it.
Yeah.
And if it were to be well done, right, this could be like the start of them having dope, original series or whatever. Or like TV shows and films.
Yeah, for sure.
They've done a great job with The Men in the High Castle. That's gotten a lot of praise, and
I saw a little bit of that. That is really good, yeah.
A lot of their other shows, they've kind of gone in like experimental ways. They haven't had a direction in their content yet, and I think that the article does mention that the head of Amazon's programming, I think, or the company in general, is very much involved with this process. Like, he's a very big fan of Lord of the Rings, and he's been actively trying to get the deal made, so it seems like this is something that could be like a passion project that if they do it right, I think they're trying to look for something obviously too that can rival the popularity that Game of Thrones has, since that's coming to an end. But we do know that there's going to be Game of Thrones spin-offs and stuff, but at the same time it won't have the same kind of impact. Well, maybe, but I think they just want a piece of the cheddar, so to speak. They want some of that hype.
Yeah. It could give them the edge too, the fact that it's Lord of the Rings, one of the biggest franchises ever.
Well, Do you think it would be a good idea if it was like essentially just like rebooting the movies and just doing the Fellowship of the Ring all the way up to
Return of the King.
what was the last one called?
Return of the King.
Yes, Return of the King.
I would say no. I think they're gonna steer clear. I think they're gonna do something else.
Okay. Yeah. Because at first I thought they were going to do something with like the Silmarillion, but there's something weird about that apparently. Like they can't do that or something.
Yeah, the rights are not available for that.
Okay.
As far as I know, the Tolkien people are very like stingy with the way that, for some reason, from what I've heard, the main Tolkien member that's still alive, he really hates the movies, like the Peter Jackson movies. For some reason, I don't know. And it's been like an uphill battle just trying to get any rights made. If you guys heard, earlier in July this year, actually, they finally settled out of court for a 5-year case that cost them $80 million just to get the license to make games and all that stuff. James, how do you feel about a potential Lord of the Rings coming to the small screen?
I don't know, because the Lord of the Rings movie trilogy I hold near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what else could they possibly do with it? What new can they bring to the table that Peter Jackson didn't already cover in both the theatrical and the extended editions?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, Jackson changed the story a lot too, so they could play it more faithful if they wanted.
I mean, like, yeah, like, I guess you could throw in the chapter of Tom Bombadil in the show.
Yeah. Or the stuff with the Shire at the end when Saruman didn't die or whatever.
Oh, yeah, the scurrying of the Shire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. No, and, like, I was thinking, like, the first thing, too, that Luke was talking about, like, you know, the Silmarillion. I thought, oh, maybe they'll do something with the Silmarillion, but I guess if they can't get the rights to that, then it's like, oh, dang it.
They could just do something set before. They could do something either between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. They could do something before The Hobbit, or something.
Well, didn't they do that with, like, Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah, but Shadow of Mordor is
that's like fanfic or something.
Yeah, it's very iffy. They made Shelob a sexy lady in the new one, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, too, the article does mention that this proposed TV show wouldn't have the same rights to the characters that the movies had. Like, for instance, we might not see Gimli or Aragorn or something in the show, but, you know, certain characters.
What?
So.
But they're such integral parts to the story.
I mean, again, if it's not like a direct readaptation of like the books, they could obviously like just do stuff based on certain characters, even if they don't have the rights to some of the other ones.
Yeah,
and that makes me think more than anything it would be like an original kind of a new, different tale set within the Tolkien universe.
I don't know. Maybe they should try looking at another fantasy franchise like the Wheel of Time.
The Wheel of Time. What?
You never read the Wheel of Time?
No, they just gotta do... I'm hyped for the Lord of the Rings show. I mean, just quickly, my thoughts. I mean, I think it could be really cool, and I hope it happens, because I've been waiting so long for them to do something else with it, so... I mean, it's just been... So, I don't know, the estate or whatever, the Tolkien estate, they're like, we don't want anything to do with our stuff, and it's like, man...